If you were sitting there waiting for a lightning bolt of inspiration before you start the work, then my friend, you are fighting a war that you have already lost. You see, we have been fed this cultural delusion that inspiration leads to motivation, which then leads to action. We think that we need to feel like it to do it, right? But a rigorous synthesis of neurobiology and clinical psychology proves that this model is inverted. Waiting for motivation it's not a strategy, it's a structural weakness in your brain's architecture. Motivation is a high variance, metabolically expensive state that your brain actively tries to shut down. In this video, I am going to show you the anti-motivation paradigm. We will break down why your prefrontal cortex blocks your productivity to save calories, and the specific volitional architecture used by Navy SEALs and prolific authors to make hard work automatic. But first, you have to understand the hardware. You see, your brain represents 2% of your body weight, but it consumes 20% of your total energy. It is an efficiency engine designed for one thing: homeostasis. You see, when you try to get motivated, you are engaging your prefrontal cortex, or the PFC. This is the executive center responsible for complex decision making. The problem though, the PFC is a battery drainer. It fatigues rapidly. You see, when you rely on willpower, your brain detects a rapid energy drop and triggers a safety switch, a feeling of resistance or fatigue to force you to stop. You see, feeling lazy is just your brain trying to save you from burning out. And this is compounded by the dopamine error. Neurochemistry shows that dopamine spikes during novelty. You know, when you have a new idea. This is called reward prediction error. But the moment the work becomes routine, the dopamine evaporates. If you rely on that spike to work, you will quit the moment the novelty fades. So, if the biology is designed to stop us, how do we start? Well, we have to invert the model. In clinical behavior activation therapy, we learn that emotions are lagging indicators. You cannot think your way into a new way of acting, but you can act your way into a new way of feeling. This is the do something principle. Action is not the result of motivation, it is the cause of it. Mechanical action releases the neurotransmitters that you were waiting for. And you don't wait for the fire to start to add the wood. You add the wood to start the fire. As the artist Chuck Close famously said, inspiration is for amateurs. The rest of us, we just show up and work. The professional acts regardless of the state of the machine. And to make this automatic, we need to bypass the energy-expensive prefrontal cortex and move the work to the basal ganglia. That's the part of the brain that handles habit and pattern recognition. And we do this by using what psychologist Peter Gollwitzer calls implementation intentions. Gollwitzer found that vague goals such as, I will write more, fail because they require a decision in the moment. Instead, you need an algorithm. If it is 7 a.m., then I will sit at this desk. You see, you are pre-deciding the action so that basal ganglia can execute the script without resistance. And the ultimate example of this is 19th century author Anthony Trollope. This man published 47 novels while working a full-time job at the post office. His algorithm was absolute. Be at the desk at 5:30 a.m. and write 250 words every 15 minutes. And even better, if he finished a novel with 5 minutes left on the clock, he didn't celebrate. He grabbed a fresh sheet of paper and wrote the title of the next book. He never negotiated with himself. The clock made the decision, not his feelings. This is what we call volitional architecture. You are stopping the negotiation with your own brain. Every time you debate whether to do the work, you are burning the very energy you need to do the work. So let's recap what we've covered so far. First, ignore the PFC. Do not wait to feel ready. Use mechanical action to trigger dopamine. For example, you do 5 push-ups. That gets the blood flowing, you automatically feel better, you want to do more. And use the if-then algorithms to automate the start. So, if it is 6 a.m., I will go to the gym. It can be anything. Use your imagination. Whatever your goal is, create that algorithm so that it's automatic and you don't even have to think about it. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his meditations regarding his struggle to get out of bed in the morning.
I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm?
You were not created to wait for the mood. You were created to act. The feeling will follow. Now, once you have the discipline to start, You need the strategy to ensure that the work actually moves the needle, which I cover in the next video.